Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I wanted to go over a couple examples on how to use your calculator to answer the linear regression questions from Delta Math. I'm going to do 3 examples, and hopefully that'll be enough to get you through the questions. So let me just jump in. All right, so basically, here's a problem. They've given us a bunch of data, homework grades, test grades. The homework grades are X's, the test grades are Y's. So all we're going to do is we are going to come up with an equation, and then we're going to use that equation to figure out what the homework grade should be when the test grade is 32. So let me just kind of go through and show you everything that you need to be able to do. Very first thing I want to do is I want to underline a couple things because I need you to see this. All right, so it says we're going to round the coefficients to the nearest tenth, right? And then we're going to use the equation that we come up with, and we're going to be looking for the X value or the homework grade when the Y value is 32. So here's what we're going to do. So when we're going to get done, we're going to have Y equals, and then it's going to be the slope times X. And then we're going to have plus, and then we're going to have this y-intercept, the B part. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let me get rid of this, and let's go. Now we just need the calculator. So let me make this small so we can get all the data in. Remember, we're going to be using the spreadsheet. So up here, we're going to put an X. Over here is going to be a Y. Then we're going to put in 85, 65, 62. Be careful, make sure you enter the data right, because if you mess this up, you're going to mess the question. It's going to be a waste of time. So double check what you're entering. Make sure you get all the data correctly. 86. Okay, that's the bottom of the table. Come over here, do Control-7. That'll take us up to the top. So that's 84. That's the test grade. 61 is a test grade, 67 is a test grade, 60 is a test grade, 58 is a test grade, 46 is a test grade, 78 is a test grade, 89 test grade. Now I'm going to make this a little larger to show you exactly what you need to do. So now once you've done that, gotten all the data, you're going to go Menu, Statistics, and then Stat Calculation, and then Option 3. Now, it's going to say, where did you put the X values? Well, I put them in the X column. Where did you put the Y's? In the Y column. And then, now here's the key, guys. When you enter this and press OK, it's going to come up with the equation, and it's going to store it in the F1 function variable. So let's go. Okay. Now, so let's go up and see what we got here. Okay, the M, you can see that this has a bunch of decimals, and the B has a bunch of decimals as well. Doesn't matter. Let's go look at it. All right, so if we go up to F1, now there is the function. Now, we want it rounded. Let's make sure we're going to round it to the nearest tenth. So that's what we need to do. That's 1 decimal place. So if I go back to the calculator, all of this stuff right here, I'm just going to get rid of. And now, right there, this is $1.04. This is rounded to the hundreds place. We don't want to round it to the hundreds place. We want to round it to the dimes place. So we're going to get rid of this 4 because it's less than 5. And this is what we have. So this is $1 even times X. And I got to do the same thing with the B part, the y-intercept. So I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff. I'm deleting it. And right now, that's $4.30. That's a negative $4.36. I got to round it to the tenth place. So that means I'm going to get rid of the 6, and I'm going to move the 3 up to a 4. So now, this is rounded. This is the linear regression rounded to the tenth place. Now, all I got to do, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that because I'm going to need that equation. So this is 1.0 X, and this is a negative 4.4. Let me make sure this point is clear. All right, now that I've done that, I can press enter, and that's my equation. Now, if you didn't see the equation, just use menu 51, but this is the equation. Now, let's go back and see what else we have to do. Now, if we go back to the equation, and I want to underline this, look, we want to find out what the homework grade is, and we want to round it to the nearest integer. So we're looking for the x value, and they've given us the y value. So the y value is 32. So all I have to do, or all you have to do, is go back to your calculator and then go tab. Let me get rid of this. Actually, let me get rid of this stuff because I don't want this to confuse anybody. So now all I have to do is press tab, and this is y equals. Well, what was y? It was 32. Now watch this. I press enter. Now you don't see that, so we're just going to zoom out. Go menu, 44, and I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to keep zooming out until I see that other line. There it is. All right, so now the answer is right here. It's where they intersect. So all I have to do is go menu 64. And here is my answer. Now we're looking for the x value, and we need to round it to the nearest integer. So right now this is $36.40. Just drop the 40 cents. Since it's less than 5, that 0.4 is less than 5. So this is just going to be $36. So if I go now, I can answer this question. So go down to the bottom. I'm going to type in the equation, which is right here. So it's going to be y equals 1.0 x plus a negative 4.4. That's that part. And then what was let me go back to the calculator. What was it? It's going to be $36. So I'm going to put in $36 here, and then I press submit. Let's see what we got. And that's right. Okay, so that was all good. So let's do another one. I'm going to do another problem. Let me clear all of this stuff off. All right, get rid of this. Let's move it down. Yeah, this is the same as the last one. I want to do a different kind of problem. All right, let's see. All right, so this one. All right, so all right, so this one. I'm just going to underline a couple things. Remember, we're going to need an equation. It's going to be y equals, and then it's going to be the n part rounded times x, and then it's going to be plus, and then we're going to have the b part. Now, let's see. We need to round it to the nearest 100. That's what we're rounding it to. And then once we round this equation, we're going to use it, and we're going to come up with the number of new cases to the nearest whole number. So let me show you what we're going to do. First thing I want to do is, let me erase this right here. All right, so now let's go grab the calculator. All of this stuff we're getting rid of. We don't want to save it. We're going to start over. This is our x. This is our y. Down here, we got to enter some data. So let me make this smaller so we can see what we got. All right, so this is going to be 0. So basically, this is 0 represents the year 2004. 1 is 2005. 2 is 2006. And 3 is 2007. So when we say year 3, that's 3 years from 2004. So this is year 2007. So now we need to put in the new cases. The new cases, new crime cases. So this is 1,077. This is 1,041. This is 1,076. This is 1,004. All right, so now that we've got all of that, let's go ahead and find the equation. So first thing, menu, statistics. stat, calculations, and then option 3 for linear regression. We put the X's in the X column, the Y's in the Y column, and we're going to store this in F1 just like we did before. Notice the numbers are rounded to the tenths place already. All right, so if we go to we're supposed to round it to the hundreds, but this one doesn't have hundreds. So if we go here, let's go look at let's see what the calculator, so it rounded it. The calculator rounded it to the tenths place. We can't put it in the hundreds place because the calculator didn't do that for us. We don't have any more digits. So here is our equation. So I'm just going to press enter. Now you don't see it. And the reason you don't see it is it's way down here. But you can find it by doing menu 5-1. So there it is. That's the y-intercept. $1,000 and $1,077.10. That's the y-intercept. Now, so let's write that. Make sure we got all of that good stuff. So I'm going to make this red. This is going to be a negative 18.4. And then this is 1,007.1. And we're pretty much done. So now let's go back to the problem. And this is the part you guys got to be careful with. Now, what did they give us? Well, they said when the year is 2014, that's the X value. What's the Y value going to be? And the Y value, when we get it, we got to round it to the nearest whole number. So all we're going to do is we're going to use menu 51 and we're going to type in 10. Now, you might be saying, why am I typing in 10? Because we want to know how many years is it from 2014 to 2004? Well, you just subtract, you see that there's 10 years. So we're looking for, where's my pen? We're saying, what's the value in year 10? We want to find the Y value. That's what we want. Okay, so let's still do that. Now this one is going to be very simple. All we have to do, since we've done menu 51, is just type in 10. You see that? That's the input. That's the X value. Once I press 10, it'll take me. It says in year 10, there were 893 crimes, 0.1. Now we're supposed to round it to the nearest whole number, which means we're just dropping the decimal. So in year 10, there's going to be 893 crimes. So that's our answer. 893. I'm going to go ahead and write that on the screen. So I'm saying 893. In year 10, there's going to be 893 crime cases. Now I'm ready to answer these questions down here. Let me get rid of this. So right here, I'm just going to type in the equation. It's going to be y equals, right here, a negative 18, negative 18.4 x plus 1,077.1. That's the equation. It's rounded to the tenths place. That's all we had, so that's what we got. And our answer for this one, in year 10, in year 2014, there's going to be 893 new criminal cases. And then we can submit that. And it says, well done. Way to go, Greg. All right, so I'm going to do one more. Now, if you understand what you're doing, go to the problems and start. But I'm just going to do one more example. So very first thing I need to do is clear all of this stuff off. And let's see, where are we? Yeah, we already did this one. All right, so new problem. So let's see what they got here. Annual profits. Is that the one? Let's see if there's some other ones. All right, we'll do this one. No, let's see, is there another one? Yeah, I don't want to, that we just did one like that. All right, I'll do this one. I'll do this one. All right, so let's get this set up. Okay, so first thing, let me get a pen. Let's go. We're going to put it in red. All right, we're going to come up with an equation, y equals linear regression. We need the m plus we need the b. So we need the m goes here times x, and then the b. We're going to round it to the nearest tenths. That means 1 decimal place. And then once we get our equation, we're going to use this y value, and we're going to find the x value. Okay, that's what we're doing. All right, so now let me get rid of this so it's not in the way. Now I need the calculator. I'm going to make it smaller. Move this over here. Let's get rid of all that stuff that we had. Don't want to save it. Start it with a new spreadsheet. This is the X. This is the Y. Come here and let's enter it. 59 is the homework grade. 82 is 74. 61. 83. 85. 71. And that's it. Now come over here and let's do Control-7. That'll take us up to the top. Okay, and then we got 45 for a test grade, and then 81 for a test grade, and then 59 for a test grade, then 58, and then 78, and then 75, and then 73, and then 56. Oops, I forgot one. I'm glad I looked at the bottom. There was one more piece of data over here. Uh-oh, what happened? Shoot. I gotta clean it up, guys. Now, this is the part that's, I'm glad you guys are seeing this. I mean, I didn't do this intentionally, but it's good for you to see. I even make mistakes with the entering data, but you got to be careful. 61, 83, 85, 71, 88. So this should be 88. And somehow the column over here is off. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And oh, I forgot there's 2 83s. Oh, that's what's the problem. I gotta fix it. 85, 71, 88. Now that matches. That looks good. Let me go over here, check my Y's. 80, 56, 73, 75, 78, 58, 59, 81, 45. All right, so we're good, finally. Now, I'm glad you kind of saw that. I didn't do it intentionally, but I wanted you to see that you got to make sure the data is right, because if it's not, you're going to mess this question up. So we go here. This is going to be the X values. This is going to be the Y values. We're going to store it in F1. So that's done. Let's go look at it. So we go here. We go up to F1. Now, remember, what are we rounding it to? We're rounding all the coefficients to the nearest tenth. That means it's 1 decimal place. That's it. 1 decimal place is what we're rounding it to. So here's what we do. Go here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of these digits. Right here, that's $11. That's $1.11. They don't want any cents. They just want dimes. So it's $1.10. That's what we got here. All right. Now, over here, we got to do the same thing. This is a -17. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Blah. All right, so we got to make this a 9 because it was 87 cents. We got to round it to the nearest dimes. So here is our equation, round it to the nearest tenth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that here, 1.1, $1.10 times X plus a negative $17.90. That's 9 dimes. All right, so now we got that. I press enter here. Now you don't see the equation, so do menu 51, and there it is. Now, let's go back and figure out what they gave us. They gave us the test grade. I want to underline that. I want you to see it. The test grade, that's the Y value. They gave us a Y value. They said Y is equal to 64. That's what they're saying. And they're saying when Y is equal to 64, what's the X value going to be? That's what we're trying to find. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this equation and this equation, and we're going to find out where they intersect. So let's do that. Let me get rid of all of this stuff so it's not too in the way. Go to the calculator. All I'm going to do is press the tab key right here, and I'm going to put in 64 because that's what they gave us. And then I press enter. Now, again, you don't see the other equation, so let's just zoom out. Menu 4. Zoom out. Keep zooming out. Keep zooming out. There it is right here. Here is our answer. So let's do menu 64, menu 64. Start here, pull it. And we're looking for the X value, 74. So we don't want any decimals. So we're just going to drop this 45, since that's less than 50 cents. This would be $74. So that's our answer. So I'm going to write that. 74. The X value is 74. So now get rid of this. Let's go here and let's enter this. So our equation is going to be y equals $1.10 X plus a negative 17.9. We got that. And our answer, final answer, is going to be 74. If I submit it, yay, we're done. All right, guys, that's what you're doing. You got to come up with the equation, and then you've got to figure out, are they giving us the X or are they giving us the Y? If they're giving you the X, just use menu 51 and enter the X value. It'll tell you what the Y value is. If they give us the Y value, just like in this one, they're basically saying this. They're saying when Y equals 64, they want us to find the intersection. So here's one equation. Here's another equation. When we put those in, we just find out where they intersect, and the X value is what we're looking for, and that's going to be our answer. All right, I'm going to stop this and post it.